I've been on the short end of this 4 times and been able to win it twice. It's really it's no great feeling when you lose. One thing you can do is just try to pick yourself back up whenever that time may be, and then just go at it again.
LeBron James literally carried the weight of the Cavs on his back throughout the finals. Literally, he played 275 of a possible 298 minutes and became the first player in finals history to lead both teams in total points, rebounds, and assists. He's now 2-4 in NBA finals during his career. We're talking about his legacy, but before we get to that, Stephen A., you wanted to say something?
Yes, I got the 11 media members here.
Okay.
Sam Amick for USA Today.
Yep.
I'm sorry, not him, but Steve Ashburner for the NBA.com, Howard Beck for the Bleacher Report, Zach Lowe for Grantland, and Jeff Van Gundy, our very own Jeff Van Gundy for ABC TV. Mm-hmm. All 4 of those guys were the ones who voted for LeBron James.
LeBron. Okay.
Yes.
Mark Stein's on that list.
Mark Stein is on this list. Mm-hmm. Hubie Brown is on that list. Have no problem with either of those guys. Have no problem with anybody on the list.
Okay, good.
No. I'm just saying 4 guys for LeBron James, not one single person for Steph Curry. That's all I'm saying.
I'm with you on that.
All right. Do you want to get back to his legacy?
Back to the question.
All right. So the question is this: what does this loss do to or for LeBron's legacy?
It greatly enhanced LeBron's legacy. In fact, Stephen A., I'm going to go this far. I think most people will not accept or even sort of acknowledge that LeBron James is 2-4 now in the NBA Finals. They will say he's 2-2 because they will not count the first one with Cleveland and this one with Cleveland. And I'll remind you, the first one with Cleveland was against my San Antonio Spurs, and I continue to hear, well, LeBron had no shot against my big 3, Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili, in their primes. And yet all I heard about that team was how overrated it was. I fought on First Take all that year about, they're overrated, they'll fail in the playoffs. And I must tell you, rooting for my Spurs and against LeBron James, who was just man among boys for a while. That was the year he destroyed Detroit, remember, with the 48 points? I thought he would at least win 1 game in that finals, and he got swept. They were all close games, but he didn't win a single game. So there's a fly in my
I noticed him. He's right there. He's right there just hanging out. He wants to get to your notes.
He's taking issue with me.
Yeah, he doesn't like what you're saying about LeBron.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so now we bookend with the other Cleveland one, and obviously, do I have to say it again? Yeah. There's no Kyrie and there's no love.
Right.
So there's nothing but love for LeBron losing this finals 4-2. So I look back now, and there was that one disaster for LeBron his first year in Miami. Don't want to dwell on it, but a complete meltdown. Chosen one turns into frozen one. We know all about that one. Bounces back next year, played big against that young Thunder team. You and I were there, Stephen A. Smith. Did get a whole lot of help in that series, obviously, from a Mike Miller and a Battier and Chalmers. They all had big games in that series, so he got the help that he didn't get in this series from his supporting cast. Is that fair to say? Okay. But I thought LeBron played huge in that series. Next one against my Spurs, 2013, Game 6, down the stretch, LeBron James came completely apart, had 3 turnovers in the final minute, missed the tying 3. We know what happened. Long rebound. Chris Bosh kicks it to Ray Allen in the corner. Boom. And that was the end of my Spurs as we knew and loved them, because they came out deflated and flat in Game 7. And I got to give LeBron the highest. That's the greatest game I've ever seen LeBron play, was that Game 7 against that Spurs team. Followed it up last year with my Spurs winning in 5 games by a record margin against a LeBron who just didn't have enough help because Dwayne was hobbled, and we know all the story. And it just seems like again and again, I tweeted this last night. A lot of people, I don't know if they took exception or embraced it, but it got a lot of reaction, that it just seems to me that finals after finals after finals, I keep hearing LeBron just doesn't have enough help.
Oh, you do.
It's always enough help. He never has quite enough help. So he's 2-4, but I think the world views it as 2-2 in the finals right now.
Well, I wouldn't say that his legacy has elevated as much as you say it is, because a loss is a loss. But I do believe the class that he has displayed, dealing with the adversity, the obstacles that he's had to deal with without complaint. I just have a lot of respect for what I saw him do. I know that 4 finals losses, however, is not good in terms of history, because a lot of people are not going to know, nor are they going to research as to why it is. They're just going to see that you 2-4 in an NBA Finals. Because I'm of the mindset he's 2-2. I never counted the first one, and I don't really count this one. But I know that history will record it in an official capacity, and there are those who won't look in depth to find out why that was, and they'll hold it against them. And then when you take into account the second time that they lost to the San Antonio Spurs, they had a lot stacked against them, but at the same time, again, Dwayne Wade was not really healthy. He played, but that's the thing about it. I think that when you look at to me, the one thing that can be counted on, there's only one thing that can be counted against LeBron where there is absolutely positively no excuse, and that was his first year in Miami. When they went to the finals and they lost to the Dallas Mavericks, there was simply no excuse. That moment was when LeBron James wet the bed, did not show up, wasn't King James, title had still evaded him. That was on him, but that's the moment he needed to go to elevate himself to the level of greatness his talent so richly deserves.
And by the way, in similar fashion, they went up 2-1 in that series.
That's
Remember
right. That's right. But the difference is that Dwayne Wade wasn't ailing, Chris Bosh wasn't ailing, LeBron James wasn't ailing, and they had a crew. They had a team good enough to beat Dallas, and they should have beaten Dallas. As great as Dirk Nowitzki was the one that showed up and played like a champion that series. It's just that simple. Jason Terry, but I'm just saying, the role players play the role, but Dirk Nowitzki was the superstar.
He was.
And it's just that simple. And so that's the only thing you can point to. Last year, we all knew that Dwayne Wade wasn't healthy. This year, you've got Kyrie Irving out, you got Kevin Love out. So when you look at it, you can't really blame LeBron. I can tell you that much. I feel bad for him. I really, really do, because I truly believe in my heart of hearts as we sit here today, not even Kevin Love. If Kyrie Irving were healthy, the Cavaliers would win the NBA championship. I think they would have beaten Golden State. I truly feel that way. And so I just look at it, and the odds continue.
Maybe if he were 100% healthy, not that he survived through the game one.
Well, I just think you needed bodies. I just think that you didn't have enough bodies. And even Kyrie at 65% dropped 23-7. So I'm just looking at it.
Great
and
first game.
Listen, I just look at it, and I think where LeBron, gathers empathy is that everywhere he goes, he's usually the only main guy healthy. The other guys in that, they ain't healthy around. I mean, he really can't seem to catch a break. I think about Bird. I think about Isaiah. I think about MJ. I think he can't catch a break for once. Just be able to go into a final and have your horses ready to go.
But he is the ultimate Iron Man himself. He's unbelievably fit and healthy, which is why when you tell me he spent, and I'm thinking he's the best conditioned athlete in the NBA, and I can't get my mind around it.
Let me try. Understand this. He spent because the people around him don't take care of themselves the way he takes care of himself. What was it? Because I'm not that astute at track. What is it? A 4-meter relay, whatever it is. I mean, the point is that you're passing a baton to somebody. You ain't running around by yourself. It's somebody got to run for you. And if somebody that's anchoring stuff for you, can't finish the job, or somebody that goes before you puts you at too much of a deficit, then you as a team don't win. LeBron continuously has the odds stacked against him because for some reason he's not just an Iron Man. This dude takes care of himself, and I think he does it a hell of a lot better than the guys he plays with historically, and that's a big problem.
Okay, so bottom line, for those who dare to bring up the Jordan-LeBron comparison,
it isn't.
It's just not fair. 6 finals, 6 championships,
it's not.
MVPs.
Well, let's not also forget Scottie Pippen and that migraine was was in an Eastern Conference Finals. The 6 title runs, Scottie Pippen was available and ready for all of them. Horace Grant was your third wheel for the first 3. He was available for all of them. Dennis Rodman was available for the last 3. He was available for all of them. You didn't just have greatness, you had health on your side. They don't have that with LeBron.
The bottom line is 6-0 in the finals versus 2-4.
Okay, LeBron James again played 275 of a possible 298 minutes during the series. That is amazing. Before we get out of here and go to break, we're talking about one and done. He took the Cavs to the finals in his first year as head coach, but is it over for David Blatt? That is the discussion on the other side of the break. Stick around, folks. First Take on the road for the finals.